Hi guys, so here is, as well as my cat, I do not need your supervision today. Here is the second journal of my 3 trio that I'm making. Excuse the pun, trio, sorry, I know. I have already done a flip through of this one, which is the little pocket journal, so that's already available for you to see. This is the second one, and this is quite forest themed. So I've actually painted this with some modelling paste to give it texture, and then I have hand painted the detail onto the trees. There it goes onto the spine a little bit and slightly onto the back, and then I've left the back cover just pretty plain. It's got a little clasp here, which is just a hook and eye, and that just undoes like that. So that's its little clasp there. And when you open her, I usually put something quite significant in the front here, but this is velvet and it just feels so lovely and tactile, and it's such a beautiful colour that I just wanted to leave that as is. You've got some beautiful vintage lace here and down the side there. Then you've got a small pocket here that's got, this is journal number 11, lots of little bits and pieces to write on and use throughout the journal. And that is a double-sided pocket, so that's why that one's sitting backwards a little bit. And she's just got a little bit of a 3D flower, paper flower there. When you turn the page, this is from an old book, as you can see, and I've just ripped out the text and put a little bit of rust dyed, coffee dyed paper on the inside so that you could still journal onto there. This is a digital print with a die cut in the same rust coffee dyed paper that I created, that I've done a tutorial on, some vintage lace, and in here just another little space to do some journaling. Chapter 11, this is Heidi Grows Up, this book, and that is from chapter 11 of that book. Up here you've just got a little dangle. That's some nail clip art that I have then resined in that teeny tiny little charm there, and a little resined tag that I made. Over the page, that's a die cut there as well. Die cut, and some nice room for journaling space there. This is just mixed media and collage, a little bit of watercolour paint, different papers, some gold drawing ink, a little bit of gold embossing, some pattern paper on the back, little space to write there, another number 11. This here is, so this is die cut, but it's the negative of it that I have then glued to music paper. So that's actually hollow, the leaves there, and that's on a really nice recycled paper. Over here we have a pretty little picture of a cabin in the woods, and that one just flips out, so we've got some more writing space there and some more of that pretty stenciled coffee rust dyed paper. You could write in there, or you could put a piece of paper over that so that then it would be really easy to write. Got another little tab up here with just a key and a little pearl. Over the page, some vintage cotton embroidered fabric, and a genuine, is that a calling card? I think it's, oh my gosh, my words have failed me. Cabinet card. Pretty sure that's a genuine cabinet card, not a calling card. And just a couple of little pieces of ephemera in there so that you can use those for writing on the back. With a little space there, and you can use that as a pocket over there as well. Some vintage upholstery fabric, which I think is quite pretty. It's got some pretty roses on it, so you've got a pocket there. A little paper clip tab that's got the 11 on it. Another piece of coffee dyed ephemera, and that one there is genuine ephemera. Bit of a mix in this lot. Some's genuine, some's, but I will give a shout out when it's genuine versus copy. And just a little cluster up the top there with a vintage green forest green button over the page. That guy there is my great grandfather. His name's Harold. And some genuine stamps ripped off the front of an envelope. That's some late 1800s cotton paper, cotton rag, and just a genuine old postcard in the back there that you could use for journaling space. Genuine stamp, just a little, whoops, little embossed with clear tab. I just like things that pull out, you see. That's just the other side of the mixed media. Now this is genuine doctor's notes, and yes, it is upside down, but on this side it is the right way up, because that is how they wrote in this notebook. It flipped up, and as they flipped it up they just kept writing, so one side was on the right and one side was the wrong way up. Just a bit of mixed media here with some stamping on the rust and coffee dyed paper, and some vintage lace on the edge there. This here does come out, so you could use all of these four as little tuck spots, and this is a genuine advertisement from the Happy Hours very early 19th century print, and I've just put wax over it so that it's become translucent, but it is definitely genuine. I got that as one of my packages from Sacred Mementos, and they came as proper magazines, full magazines. Make sure that goes in there nice and smoothly. Over here you've got an eco-dyed envelope, front and back. Got a place pocket in there to put some things, and you've got some journaling space over here. That is the cotton rag paper from late 1700s book that I got. Over here just got a few little pieces of ephemera. That one is a genuine vintage ephemera. That is about the South Island fantail from New Zealand, and on the other side a stitch bird, and those are little cards that you would collect and stick into this book. Genuine old envelope, it's only from 1961, and this guy, which is an airmail, which is from 1944. And I have not copied this. This is actually what they looked like. So I thought this was quite interesting. Very hard to read. Like, if you got a magnifying glass, maybe you could read that. But I could not immediately read that. But it's something interesting. Something I hadn't seen before. Haven't got any more of those that I know of. So I just thought I'd pop those into this journal. So quite a few little pieces in that little tuck spot there. Over here it's just the other side of that first envelope, and you've got a number 11 there, and tucked away you have a little card to write on, some more of that paper from the bird book. New Zealand pigeon on nest, that's a rock, wren, harrier and head of harrier. That's our hawk. As I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that is the only hawk we have in New Zealand, and we don't have eagles. But Google that, call me a liar, quite possibly. And this side, that is one of those little collectible bird cards. It has the information on the back, and just a couple of pieces of coffee dyed ephemera that you could either leave there or you could pop them into another journal that you're making. And I've got to say that this one is this idea is from Nick the Booksmith. She calls it a raggedy, and it comes out completely out of the journal. So if you did want to close her up, she would probably close a lot nicer with the raggedy knot in it, but I have made it so that it fits into the middle of the two signatures. So we are exactly halfway through this journal. So you've just got a pocket, and this is from that Genuine Victorian album project that I'm working on. And I just put some flowers on the back, and they aren't fixed in place, so you could write a secret little message and put that in the middle or on the back of one of those. Just a couple of my gel printed leaves that I made, some fabric paper leaves on the inside. Just got a little bit more of that book because it is meant to be a forest book, and these are all our native birds. That is a genuine old library card. So great that I work at a school. I've got lots of access to lots of cool things, and I'm very good friends with the librarian, Andrea. She's lovely. And then over the other side, just a little cluster there. That just pops in. Over here you have almost like a specimen card, but I've just joined that up the top, so that flips up. On the back of those butterflies you have fierce, kind, brave. A little bit of pianola roll paper with the writing. Ones with the writing are a little bit harder to come by. That flips open and you've got some journaling space there. Over here, journaling space and a little tuck spot, some printed vellum, a little pretty dangle that I put together, and that one just has more little, I don't know if you can see that, it's very hard to show you, little nail art on there. There's a page from the Heidi book. A little bit of journaling space over here. That's a die cut butterfly. There's your number 11. Over here, just got a couple of little bits and pieces in there for you to use. Some collaged paper, a bookmark to put wherever you want that I have resined also, and a genuine postcard again that you could journal on. Over here, I didn't want to do much to that paper because I absolutely loved how that came out, and I didn't want to cover it up too much, and I've just put a little scrappy notebook in there. Small pages there, they're all stuck together. Over here, just two little journaling cards with a leaf pull out tab. And just a postcard. There is a pocket in here as well, and that's just one of our collector cards. That is New Zealand flax, and it's got the information on the back. Flax is actually called harakeke, which is the Māori word for flax, and if you make a flax flower, it is called puti puti harakeke. Over here, that is a genuine postcard, but I have just decided, so that's the front of it, to do a fussy cut, put a genuine stamp on there, and do a little colour swatch of the colours that came out of there. That has a tree on it, because that fits the theme of the journal. Almost there. A little bit of stenciling the texture paste. Lots of more room to write. The other side of the vellum paper printed. That is a stamp that I have watercoloured and added colour to. And over here, some more die cutting that I've done with the digitals, and just a little. That's not a genuine postcard, but it is able to be written on. And at the back, same as the front, you have the lovely velvet and the vintage lace as well. And that is her. So I need to, I'm getting there with the third journal, but I'm not there yet. I have made a lot of the pages, I have completed the outside cover, and I need to sew in the signatures and put quite a bit more detail into the inside. Gosh, I'm making this look extremely difficult. I've got to say though, my favourite closure is definitely the one that I usually do with the elastic that just reaches up. But for this one, I didn't want to have anything too raised on the surface of the covers, because I want them to be able to sit as one without being elevated up. So that's her. I hope you enjoyed the flip through of this one. Again, quite different for me in terms of the cover that I've done. So give me some feedback on that and tell me what you think. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time, hopefully with a third journal or a tutorial on faux eco dyeing. Bye guys.